I never imagined that the woman I loved the most would become the person who broke me the deepest. I met her at a supermarket. She was beautiful, kind, and everything I had ever prayed for. We started talking, and from that very first conversation, it felt like we had known each other forever. We shared the same interests, laughed at the same jokes, and understood each other in a way I had never experienced before. After dating for a year and 6 months, I got down on one knee and proposed. She said yes. It was one of the happiest days of my life. Our marriage was beautiful. At least that's what I believed. 2 years passed, and we still hadn't been blessed with a child. We prayed, hoped, and kept trying, but nothing happened. One day, my wife suggested we visit a hospital for fertility tests. I agreed. A few days later, the doctor looked me in the eyes and said, "You have a very low sperm count. It will be extremely difficult for you to father a child." My whole world collapsed. I cried like never before. I questioned my worth as a man. I even wondered if life was still worth living. Through it all, my wife held my hand, comforted me, and encouraged me not to give up. She even suggested we visit another hospital for a second opinion. We did. The second doctor gave me the exact same result. Again, I was told that I couldn't father a child. I accepted my fate, but deep inside, I was dying a little every single day. Then my life took a turn I never expected. At work, I became close to another woman. We started talking, then dating, and eventually became intimate. A few months later, she called me with shocking news. "I'm pregnant." I laughed in disbelief. I told her, "That's impossible. I can't be the father." She insisted the baby was mine. I agreed to support her pregnancy on one condition. We would do a DNA test after the baby was born. Before I could even process that situation, another woman I had been seeing also told me she was pregnant. At that point, I couldn't understand anything anymore. How could two women claim I got them pregnant when doctors had told me I couldn't father a child? I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think. So I made a decision. Without telling my wife, I went to another doctor. A completely different hospital where nobody knew me. They ran every test again. When the doctor returned with my results, he smiled and said, "Congratulations. Your reproductive health is perfectly normal. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you." I froze. I asked him to repeat it. He looked at me again and said, "You can absolutely father children." At that moment, I felt like my heart stopped beating. I rushed home. I looked my wife in the eyes and demanded the truth. At first, she denied everything. But I kept asking. Finally, she broke down in tears. She confessed that before we met, she had gone through multiple abortions. According to her, the complications had left her unable to carry a pregnancy. She said she was terrified that if I ever found out, I would leave her. So before each fertility test, she secretly spoke to the doctors and arranged for them to tell me that I was the one with the problem. 4 years. I carried shame that wasn't mine. I blamed myself. I cried. I questioned my manhood. All because of a lie. She told me she only did it because she loved me and didn't want to lose our marriage. But love built on deception isn't love. Trust is the foundation of every marriage, and once it's destroyed, everything else begins to fall apart. As painful as it was, I made the hardest decision of my life. I filed for divorce and walked away. I didn't leave because she couldn't have children. I left because she chose lies over honesty. Looking back today, I realize the truth may hurt, but a lie can destroy an entire life. So let me ask you, if you were in my position, would you have forgiven her, or would you have walked away too? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy powerful relationship stories like this, don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.